Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be racing from Fairview on the poly track today, the 9th of October. Before I start doing discussing the form and the betting, just a few things I quickly want to touch on. First of all, for those people who are watching Outside of Genie for the first time, what Outside of Genie is? Outside of Genie is a service where we do a form analysis on the races, and then we select horses that we think that can, outsiders that can either win or place. Then you can take that selections and add them to your own selections. And should those outside selections arrive, you will then be collecting the bigger dividend, because that is what all punters are striving, is to hit the jackpot. So you take our selections, add them onto whatever play you like. If you like a pick C's, a quartet, bipods, PAs, or whatever, you add our selections with your selections, and hopefully you will then hit the big payout once those outsiders do arrive. Please note that today's video are sponsored by the Super Income Club, which I will tell you a little bit more later, the Super Wealth Creation System. Then, if you want to subscribe to our video, just click the subscribe now button and ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time that a video of Outside of Genie is posted on YouTube. Then we are also available on Twitter and Instagram, as well as our contact details on Twitter or phone 083 5855 133. Then we also offer a daily analysis service where we give you our selections, specific selections, and you can subscribe to those selections. And our normal package is 500 Rand a month, but we do have a special package ending today. For 500 Rand, you can subscribe for October and November, thereby getting a 50% discount. So please make sure that you will make use of this offer, as it will end today. Then if you subscribe to our daily analysis service, this is what you will get. You'll get race by race selections, 2 daily recommended auto cup doubles, value bets to play each way, normally 6-1. Best bet of the day, no odds on. You can find the odds on yourself. We try and give you horses with value. We have given best bets as high as 13-2, but that doesn't happen every day. And then we give you a quartet and trifecta selections, which quite often actually wins. And but you can play it as is, or take some of our numbers, add them with your numbers, and play as it suits you. The same goes for our PA and Pick 6. We give you a value, affordable PA and Pick 6. You can add on, take off, or just utilize some of our numbers, and you play as you seem fit. So let's now get back to the racing. We are racing again from Fairview Poly. Let's have a look at the first race, which is a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Betting being as follows: number 5, Dairy 16-10, 53-10, Pure Quality 7-2, Watercracker 15-4, a Stunning 10-1, 53-1, and longer the rest. Now I've had a look at the card, and as I went through the card, hopefully it doesn't seem like it's going to be a card where there's going to be many upsets. But saying that, this normally when you expect that it's not going to be upsets, then there are upsets. But the card doesn't look that difficult today. There are some strong horses with strong form, and hopefully they will get through to the punters. But hopefully also on the other side of the coin, if the outsiders do arrive, hopefully we will be able to supply you with those horses, and then if you have included them, you will receive the bigger payout. Now here in race 1, just one last thing. What I'm doing is now I'm going through the numbers in the following order. What I normally do is I give an outright selection and I give 2 outsider selections. So I've had some queries where people say, but I can't touch on more horses per race, and other people saying, don't make it too long, we haven't got so much time. So now I'm trying to find a midway where I will discuss my 3 selections and then maybe 1 or 2 of the other horses, and I'll try and keep the video not longer than half an hour plus minus. So that, I think that is the best that I can do for both sides. Now here we have number 5, Dairy. It's a Noble Tune out of a Royal Applause mare. This horse has had 2 runs. It's from the Greef Stable, Greg Chain combination. I mean, they are the champions in PE, and This horse has shown improvement. Last time out, 1.6 lengths beyond off pad, where there was a little bit of money, but it says here nervous, ran on 23.5, and the previously 23.1. So, yeah, I do think the 1200 meter will suit, and Dairy definitely in with a chance. Outside the selection that we can look at is number 8, Stunning. Now, Stunning is from the Jacques Stradom stable, draw 7, Lyle Hewitson. This is this horse first run on the Poly. But this horse has run some nice races against some, nice opposition, although over longer distances. But I expect that this horse will not do too badly now over the 1200 meters. And just for entrance sake, this is a half sister to Irish Flame. Clock the Rock is also by Irish Flame. Irish Flame's dam is also Clock the Rock. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Irish Flame is by Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, this horse has shown some speed here. You can see ran 3.7 behind Rickaby. So it has got some early speed, drawn 7. So definitely a horse that you need to include in the back in your quartets and trifectas. I don't say the horse can win, but it can win. But I mean, it's not definitely not a certainty. Then also and from the same stable, Summer Madness. Now, what amazes me is how the Louis the King runners are running well. I mean, his very first runner was a winner, and yesterday again at the Val, there was a Louis the King. He won first time out for Michael the Cock, and yesterday he ran second in a strong plate race. Now, Summer Madness has had 3 runs, 1 on the Poly and 2 on the turf. But the one he had on the Poly wasn't that bad. Only 4.25, 24 seconds, which is is reasonable. But it says here saddle slip back, so the jockey had no really good control. And then he went on the turf and doesn't ran too bad, 12 lengths, and then last time out only 5.10, 5.2 behind Shine a Light. But look at the 400 to finish, 23.7, which is not bad either. So I think that this is a nice outsider that you can include in the back end of your quartets. I think this horse is 33 to 1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 33 to 1. Nice outsider to include into your play. So yeah, this is this for race number 1. Let's go to race number 2. Race number 2 is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 1, Ryan Air, 22 to 10. Leader of the pack, 33 to 10. Field Odds, 7 to 2. Give Me a Wish, 7 to 1. Sour Spirit, 8 to 1. 10 to 1, Shy. And for 16 to 1, and better the rest. Let's have a look at the form. And here we go. Is our first selection is number 5. Leader of the pack, Marco van Rensburg, riding for Gavin Smith from draw 8. Now this horse has run on his second last run behind Run for Forest over the 1600 on the Poly. Really run a good race and just got run out of it late by Run Forest Run. And then last time out didn't ran on too well, but still finished 4 lengths behind the winner. And yeah, I do think that leader of the pack has got the ability to win this race. So definitely a horse that you need to include. Then yeah, I'm going to give you another bomb again. Number 6, Young Ideas. Now, if you have a look, Young Ideas is here at 33 to 1. Now, Young Ideas is coming from Gravel. Last time out ran behind on the Poly. But now, first of all, this is a global view. The global views runs very well. It's by a Victory, the mare is by Victory Moon. So last time out, they put this horse over a 1200 meter, which I do believe might be too short for this horse. And I'm sure that the 1600 meters is going to suit Young Ideas definitely better. Put this horse in the back end of your quartets. If this horse comes in, you'll be standing in the power queue, collecting the money, laughing and thanking outsider Genie. Then my other outsider that I want to look at is number 9, Give Me a Wish. Give Me a Wish ran an improved race last time on the 1300 meters. But if I look at the breeding, it will seem to me that the 1600 meters will suit this horse better. And if they can settle a little bit for the horse to run on, I'm sure, because if you have a look here on 1,000 meters, this horse was running on nicely after being bumped at the start at 22.9, which is not bad. And even here, when it ran a Turffontein behind Anna Capri, 22.5 is never bad. So to me, that is indications that this horse has got some ability. So not to left out can win this race, and not without a prayer. Then other horses that you can look at, to include uh, is number 7, Sour Spirit. I think number 7, Sour Spirit, might be improver. The Jotpot out of a Silvano May can improve from draw 1. Definitely include in your quartets. So that, and also Field Dancer has run well last time out over the 14 and before over the 1600. Definitely also in with a chance. So a few horses with chances in this race, but still my selection, number 5, leader of the pack. Then we get to Maiden Plate, 1900 meters for fillies and mares. Let's have a look at the betting. Betting is as follows. Princess Angeline, 22 to 10. Kana, 22 to 10. Mr. Tornado, 4 to 1. Aaron Speaks, 9 to 2. Billy Ann, 12 to 1. Zama, 14 to 1. 53 and to 1, and longer the race. So let's have a look at race number 3, where my selection is number 1, Princess Angeline, against Smith and Van Rensburg, drawn number 8. This horse just got caught late on this 1900 meters by Burn Paper Sky, and I'm expecting today to go one better. And then outsider selections, number 2, Orion Express, not a big outsider I would think, was in the same race behind Burn Paper Sky, also got caught right at the line, and I'm expecting Chase Margin to also be involved here when the photos are taken at the winning post. Then other selection is number 6, Billy Ann. This horse is unfortunately draw 10, but there's also there and there about running places now and then, and yeah, do include in the back end of your quartets. Ran over the 2-2 last time. Also just got late, but definitely kind of horse that you would like to put into your quartet. Here's number 7, Kana, Elusive Fort, out of a Great Britain mare, and has also improved over the 1600 meters and running on nicely here at the end. And also in its first run, I remember run on strongly. That day I had a few rand on it to win, but unfortunately was then that day it was third. It's now ridden by Greg Chain, so it's got a competent jockey. So 7, Kana, also a horse that can be involved in the finish. So let's move on to race number 4. But before we go to race number 4, I just want to touch on something else again quickly. Just talking about the sponsors. The sponsors of this video is the Super Income Club, and the Super Income Club is assists its members to find opportunities from which they create an income and be self-sustainable. All opportunities is legitimate and do not require a huge amount of money to participate. The club is for persons who want to earn above average income and grow wealth, have the willingness to do whatever it takes to be able to earn an above average income and grow wealth, not looking for excuses why she can't do the business, always sees a half full glass of water, not half empty, willing to invest a small amount of money in their own business in order to earn above average recurring income. The club currently has an opportunity where only a once-off amount of 100 Rand is required to get started. Earnings is in US dollars, which has a conversion rate of about $1 to 17 Rand. Willing to work in a team environment and follow the plan, have the desire to also assist other persons to achieve an above average income. And please note, absolutely no sales involved. And for more information, WhatsApp 0722941688. I just want to add on that also this thing is very nice if you want to teach your teenage children, to earn their own money, because this thing has got no age limit, and you can sponsor your kid with the 100 Rand, get him started, and then they can start learning earning their own money, because you can either work on a PC, a laptop, or from your phone, and also your income is infinity. That means this thing will keep on running and keep on earning, so it can be in the next 5 years. So if your children, if you want to start building this thing for your children's future, put away money for university, this is the ideal thing. Just quickly, this thing run on a currency called Tron, a cryptocurrency, and those Tron are growing every day in value. They say Tron is going to be become the next Bitcoin, because what they offer is better than Bitcoin. So if you invest in that now, you make money, you leave it in Tron, and later on you can withdraw, you can make a nice profit. So it's not just about the opportunity, it's about how this thing can grow, because crypto, blockchains, all of those things are the future. And whether you like it or not, that is that. I'm also 60 years old, and I also got involved, and I'm amazed what I learned over the last few weeks about crypto. So let's now move on to race number 4 at Poly Fairview. The betting is as follows. Race number 4 is Hawthorne, 14 to 10, Petersburg 6 to 1, Red Herring 7 to 1, Bell Towers 8 to 1, Close to My Heart 8 to 1, Viva La Blue 10 to 1, Ascending Eyes 14 to 1, 20 to 1, and longer the rest. Now in this form, the favorite is number 6, Hawthorne. Now he has run against some of the horses in this field, but as much as I would like to find somebody to beat him, I couldn't, because most of them, even although they are, you know, in a better situation on weights, the weight cannot turn around. But the one that I can find closest that can actually beat this horse is number 11, Viva La Blue, because if you see here, he was getting 2 kilograms from Hawthorne last time out they ran, and he got beaten by 0.75 lengths. Now he's carrying 53, and Hawthorne is carrying 58.5, so it's 2.5 kilograms. And last time out they had 2 kilograms, so that's not a big swing. But I do believe Viva La Blue from draw 4 definitely was going to run a huge race and might be the biggest opposition to Hawthorne. Another horse that also has got a strong turnaround in with Hawthorne, and you need to include this in your pick 6 as well, is Red Herring. You see, Red Herring is getting a -4. And I've worked out in the turnaround Red Herring, but got for a 4.75 beating. I think it's about 6 kilograms better off. Now, I don't know if 6 kilograms would be enough to turn around 4.75, but it will certainly bring them much closer. So definitely number 7, Red Herring, to go into your play. Yeah, then there's a lot of runners that also ran behind him, but you can also maybe have a look to include in your quartets and stuff. You can include Wiley's Flame. He's at a long price now, but Wiley's Flame has run against some decent opposition in the past, and yeah, but has run also some good races. So that means the horse has got ability. So definitely include that maybe in the back end of your quartets. So now let's move on to race number 5, where we have a Pinnacle Stakes, Class B, average mare rating 88. The betting as follows. Africa's Gold 13 to 10, Fire Report 9 to 2, American Landing 5 to 1, Palo Alto 5 to 1, Mercuriana 10 to 1, and 12 to 1 Crystal Stream 1Z16, and Dawnbreaker 20. So just have a look here. First of all, what I normally do is I look at the best weighted column, because that will give you the indication, you know, who's the best weighted. So now, number 1, Dawnbreaker is best weighted. Then American Landing, 1C, Macarona, and Crystal Stream. Now my selection in this race, to win this race, and I think this is a very nice each way bet, is number 3, Macarona. This horse is well bred. This they paid 300,000 for this horse. The dam has thrown many winners in her time. I know that for a fact. Now, if you go back a few runs to the 25th of July, This horse ran in the Gold Race in Durban on July date, finishing 6.5 lengths behind one of the best stayers in the country. Then they brought this horse to now ran in Fairview on 1300 and 1600, which is much too short for this horse. But it gave him a nice pipe opener. Now they've put Lyle Hewitson on. I can tell you this horse is a serious contender in this race. You see here on the 27th of February, it won a future. I think it was on wasn't that on the mid day, I think. From a 77, he beat the horses with much bigger merit ratings on a 3-2. But he's run well over the 2-4 as well. Here he also won on a 2-4, beating Melioroa. Now that Melioroa has now won in Cape Town, has now won 2 races in a row. Then they upped him to his 97. They lumped him up with 20 merit points. That's 10 kilograms. And he's still on the 97. Now, being still on the 97, the handicapper do think that the horse is running to its rating. Now, if this horse runs to its rating, he's going to be one of the hardest horses to beat in this field. So definitely a 10-1. I think put the money, go each way. I'm sure this horse is going to give you a good run for your money. That's why Lyle Hewitson is on board. And I think this is definitely the biggest opposition to Africa's Gold, who I mean has got a good chance, as well as Paulo Alto. He's always a horse that runs there and well. I mean, you don't win 7 races if you're a donkey. So, but also Fiery Ford in with a chance. It's going to be a nice race to watch. And then also Onesie running from 53, also runs well over the longer distance, definitely to include. And also Crystal Stream carrying 50 kilograms can also upset the apple cart. But yeah, and then also I think number 1, Dawnbreaker, is not on form, but didn't run too bad last time. And then again, American Landing doesn't seem to favor the poly, but sometimes horses can surprise, and then they didn't show, and all of a sudden they pop up. So actually, then this is actually a type of race where you, if you want to, you can afford it, in the pick 6 to go field. So let's move on to race number 6, where we have a merit rated 74 handicap class D, average merit rating 71. Let's have a look at the betting. Leprechaun 33 to 10, 33 to 10, Thomas Tucker, Chainsaw 9 to 2, 7 to 1, Scarver Fair, the Malster 9 to 1, 11 to 1, 40 days. Pomosius 15 to 1, Falcon Rock 18 to 1, 22 to 1, Castleway, and On the Bayou 55 to 1. Now, here I'm going to go with the favorite. I think number 3, Leprechaun, will run a good race here. Drawn full, has run some really good races, last 2 races, definitely in with a good shout in this field. Then all other horses with chances, I would think, is number 2, the Malster. I really like the look of his last run, and I think can only improve from there to be involved in a finish. And then number 1, Pomosius, he's always there and thereabouts. He has run and won in this class, so definitely a horse not to discard. Other horses with chances is Falcon Rock, although it's long in the betting, or drawn 10, but maybe for the backings of your quartets. Casual Wear seems to pop up every now and then. Thomas Stocker's Duncan McKenzie stable is in form. Last time I got beaten by Alphaling, but before that did one on the poly, but although in a little bit of a lower division. The same goes for Chainsaw. He's been running well in lower divisions, but can also improve as number 10, Lyle Hewitson. So definitely not an easy race to find a winner, but I'll stick with my selection of number 3. Here we got the condition plates for Fillies and Mares Class B over 1,300 meters, and let's have a look here. Here the betting is number 1, La Beramia 5 to 2, Luna Wish 7 to 2, Carakia 7 to 2, Princess Khaleesi 5 to 1, Captain Princess 5 to 1, 14 to 1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look here. The betting, my selection again is La Bella Mia. I gave it last time. I gave it as the best bet of the day, and today I'm going to do again. So the last time I came over 1,000 meters, was running on well. Won't have a problem with the 1,300 meters, and is the best handicap horse in the race. So we'll stick with number 1, La Bella Mia. They say you follow a horse till it loses. Other horses with chances in this race. Number 5 is Princess Khaleesi. Princess Khaleesi always run good races. Last time out, I think, was maybe a little bit too far for the 1,800 meters, but now back over the shorter distances has had the run, 2 runs on this course and distance, 1 win and 1 second. So Princess Khaleesi, definitely a horse that's improved, can be involved in the finish. Also, Captain's Princess 1, 2 in a row. And then last time out got beaten by Princess Khaleesi, so they are very close to each other in their form, and definitely will be involved in the finish. That I'm sure of. Yeah, but there's other horses with chances in this race. Number 3 Karoka can also be involved in the finish. Hasn't run badly. Run a good race in the 92 last time out over the 1,300 poly. Can be involved in the finish. Do include in your quartets and stuff. And also number 2, Luna Wish, also in the same class. So all in all, a lot of horses, but maybe chances, but I think number 1, La Bella Mia is handicapped to win this race. Then we move to the last race, which is race number 8, which is also merit rated at 68 handicap, class E, 62, where we have a very strong favorite, and that is number 2, Stranger Danger, 17 to 20, Bushy Park, 11 to 2, Natural Jade, 8 to 1, Ballastica Santo, 8 to 1, for Luxate, 8 to 1, 12 to 1, Trap Queen, 14 to 1, and Better the Rest. Now, here we also have the favorite, and I think it is a strong favorite, which I cannot oppose. Number 2, Stranger Danger, has got the form, has got the, Gavin Smith, Michael van Rensburg. The only drawback, a little bit drawback, is maybe the draw that can be a problem, but has been running well. Previously beat Lookout House, and I think Lookout House has come out to win, if I'm not mistaken. And then Tiger Star also running well. So in all, number 2, Stranger Danger with a huge chance. But I also like Bushy Park, always runs his heart out, always there and there's about, and I'm sure will try his best to upset the apple card here. As with number 4, Trap Queen. Trap Queen has run some good races here from the Straight Arm stable, drawn 5, a very nice outsider put into the back end of your quartets, might be involved in a finish. National Jade has also been running well places, but was placed behind Stranger Danger, behind Tiger Star, but do include for the quartets and so on. As Basilica Santo, when this 1 year I did tip it as my outsider selection, and it duly won at 28 to 10, must be able, must have a small chance again. Yeah, so in this race also a few horses for luck's sake, although 9-year-old is still running places, maybe he can pop a win before he retires. So all in all, also a race, but I think the favorite, the strong favorite here. So as you can see on this card, not many outsiders that I could find today, but that's sometimes how it goes. It's no use trying to find outsiders if the favorites are strong and has a really good chance to win. You don't want to waste your money on bets that has got no chance. So I hope I've pointed you in the right direction, and that I could point you to a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.